Jonah Hill exits. Mainstream? Really? Jonah Hill exits? But She-Hulk is in. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Mirror Domains, your place for entertainment headlines. And on today's show, we got the final trailer for House of the Dragon. Avatar gets pulled from Disney Plus. And the streaming services are on the rise. But we start off today's show by talking about Jonah Hill and his anxiety. Jonah Hill says anxiety attacks led to decision to step away from movie promotion and public appearances, but apparently he's still going to appear in films. This comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter, and it's going to be splashed all over all of the big trades because they're leading with this. A lot of people like Jonah Hill, but apparently he suffers from anxiety attacks that he's been having for, a couple of decades now. So I guess he doesn't like to go out in public and promote movies. He gets his nerves up by the sounds of it. But he's got a huge statement out that he says that he's going to step away from this. And I want to know your guys' thought. Because it's about mental health, right? He can't handle it. So he'll still make movies. He'll still be in movies, but he's not going to promote them. And there's a win-lose in that, right? Because people do like his work, but he's not going to come out and promote the movie. So as a studio, then, do you really want to work with him? He still gets into movies like Don't Look Up, and he's going to be in a new movie called Stutz, where he plays a therapist, Dr. Phil Stutz. So, nearly 20 years of experiencing anxiety attacks, which are exacerbated by media appearances and public-facing events. As such, he plans to step back from promoting the doc, and he says it's an important step to protect myself. Now, I don't know too much about anxiety attacks, but I know, I guess it is sort of the same thing as a panic attack. And I think I maybe had one of those once. They can stop you down. It's not like a heart attack or anything. You're just kind of just all like knotted up, frustrated. Yeah, I can sort of understand that. But anyway, he talks about this new movie that's coming up where he plays like this therapist kind of thing. But we're not going to talk about his projects. Let's talk about what he says here. He gave this really long quote here, and I'm not going to read you the entire thing because it's rather lengthy. But basically, he just says he thanks everybody for coming out and support. And he says he talks a little bit about his film Stutz that explores mental health in general. The whole purpose was making this film was therapy, to talk about his issues and stuff. And then finally there at the end, he says, I usually cringe at letters or statements like this, but I understand that I am of the privileged few that can afford to take time off. And I won't lose my job while working on my anxiety. You won't lose your job, but you may not get jobs. I don't know. I still think you will, because as I said, many people like Jonah Hill, so we'll have to see how this goes. With this letter and with Stutz, I'm hoping to make it more normal for people to talk about and act on this stuff. Kudos, yeah. So they can take steps towards feeling better so that the people in their lives might understand their issues more clearly. I hope the work will speak for itself, and I'm grateful to my collaborators, my business partners, and to all reading this for your understanding and support. And I've heard reports, like when he auditioned for Superbad, the producers or like the execs behind it were like making fun of him and just, they wanted him to really go for it, and they were making fun of his visage, his weight, and they're kind of like, that's like, there's still remnants of that kind of old school dinosaur thinking in Hollywood. And they just, hey, I got this image in my head, and we're not going to find it until we can find somebody to fit that mold. And it's kind of like, we don't let these actors get this role by learning to work with the material. And it's kind of like, it's an old school way of thinking. And I hear that he fell under some of that kind of scrutiny, and it's a bummer for him because it looks like it's kind of burned him out. And yes, it is somewhat of a anxiety to get in front of people. I have no doubt about that. I can attest to that, actually. And especially if you're not prepared. if you're not prepared with what you're talking about, then you'll fumble. You'll drop the ball. You'll mumble, mispronounce words, that kind of thing. Yeah, just like what I just did. But you know what? You got to be able to roll with it. And Jonah Hill, man, if you're taking time off to relax, that, as he said, he's one of the few privileged people that can do that. So go ahead, do that. See if you can get it into order. See if you can find a mindset where you'll be able to do these kinds of things. And then just take off afterwards. Just take off. That's what I think. All right, guys. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. We do a daily show, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Eastern, 12 p.m. Right here on this channel, where we talk about all these headlines. And let's not follow into that anymore. Hit that thumbs up button, though, guys. It really does help. Wednesday dropped a huge trailer for their upcoming Netflix series. Wednesday, showrunners say Netflix series isn't an Addams Family reboot. It's more like an 8-hour Tim Burton movie. Okay, cool. Now, I did do a trailer reaction for it, and it's been about 24 hours in the working to try to get that thing out. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to be able to show you guys the trailer in my trailer reaction, but you'll be able to still see my reaction, and you'll be able to see what's going on in the trailer. I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. Everybody else has done trailer reactions for it and used the exact same footage that I just used in my trailer reaction. But for some reason, YouTube is saying blocked in like 75 countries. And it's kind of like, what? Netflix is saying that. And Netflix itself, because I can see the claims. But I'm not going to bore you with that stuff. Hopefully it'll come out, and I know it's not going to be the trailer reactions that you will want to see because everything will be blurred. But I want to keep it because it was my honest reaction. Because I didn't watch it before I watched it. So you get to see my full reaction to it. Because it is something that I'm looking forward to. Jenna Ortega, this Wednesday. I want to promote it. And we do trailer reactions, Netflix. It's free promotion for you. And something needs to be said. And I think later on this week, or maybe I'll type up a script for this. I'll do like a small editorial about trailer reactions and the studio's responsibilities, because we are part of the marketing machine, and when you do stupid things like you did to me yesterday, it doesn't make sense. Especially when there's like 100 channels out there that have already done trailer reactions and they use the exact same footage. All right, enough about that. Okay, so let's take a look at the quote from Millar here. Millar and Go, who are producing this, it looks like. He noted that, it didn't feel like a remake or reboot. Instead, their ambition was to make an 8-hour Tim Burton film. And I've seen quotes from Burton where he looked at the project and he was like, nah, I don't want to do it. But then somebody sent him the script and he was kind of like, oh, I'm on board. He was interested in where it was going, the mystery of the show. Mystery? Did you get mystery from that trailer? Because when you saw the trailer, it looks like they go to a normal school, and Pugsley ends up getting picked on, and she stands up for him. But then Morticia and Gomez send her to the school that they met at. So that'll be interesting. Gwendolyn Christie looks like she's the schoolmaster there. So I'm very intrigued by the trailer. I loved it, and I can't wait for it. And if Netflix is going to block everything, we may not be able to do full live watch-alongs for it, which will bum me out because I really, really want to watch this series. And they're saying that it's not a reboot. Oh, and people were asking, well, where's Fester? We have no comment on Uncle Fester. Watch the show. So Fester, we didn't see in there. So it's 8 episodes, guys. Wednesday, I thought it looked awesome. I thought we would address that, why that's not up on the channel right now. It may be out later on today because I did re-edit it. I got it so that they can watch the trailer part, but then towards the end, I used a small little snippet of Gomez talking, and they used that to block. Talk about anxiety. It got my feathers ruffled for sure. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Emilia Clarke, because I do like Emilia Clarke, and apparently, let's go over to Variety here. Emilia Clarke called a short dumpy girl by Australian TV CEO and apologizes for causing any offense. Dumpy girl. Well, I know that she's a little bit short, but dumpy? What the heck are you talking about? My God, Australian TV CEO. And I read this article that's up on Variety, and it bummed me out. Because Foxtel, is that his name? Or Patrick Delaney, CEO of the company Foxtel, referred to Emilia Clarke as short and dumpy when he was talking about Game of Thrones. He was like, Delaney was giving a speech ahead of the House of Dragon premiere screening and tried to make a joke about the first time he watched Game of Thrones. So he was just talking about Game of Thrones while doing press for House of the Dragon. He says, "What's this show with the short dumpy girl? Dumpy? I would never think that would be an adjective that I would use to describe Emilia Clarke, because she's gorgeous, jaw-dropping, gorgeous, and she is my Khaleesi. She's my queen. You know what? Even when she did go crazy there at the end, I still would have followed her off the edge. I probably would have gotten myself hung, or maybe melted by the dragon there. But it happens to everyone, right? But man, this quote, and then they released like this PC statement from the company, from their press people, saying that on behalf of Mr. Delaney, the Foxtel Group apologizes if his remarks were misunderstood and caused any offense. So it wasn't you that came out. It's kind of like dumpy, and it's goes to that kind of thing. What happened with Jonah Hill? Like CEOs and executives, like they just look at actors kind of like objects that, like, of ownership. And some CEOs are like some men in higher positions, and I don't mean to. It's just kind of like they think of women kind of like that too. It's kind of like, oh, they're just objects there for us to control and stuff like they actually think that, and that's power going to the head. I don't. When I see something as beautiful as like that, I would be humbled and honored to even just be in the same room. She's the kind of beauty that if she walked in the room, you'd become. I don't want to be like dumpy. No. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm not going to rag on that. He apologized. Do you accept his apology? And it's in Australia. Whatever. All right. Continuing on with, HBO and House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon just released its final trailer. And I can't play it because of all the nonsense that's been going on with the channel lately. So we'll take a look at a few of the screen images from the final trailer. And I guess the premieres this Sunday. Really? Does it? Anyway, it's about the Targaryens. And it uses a lot of the Game of Thrones theme throughout this final trailer. And it shows some of the grand scope of things here. Looks like there's going to be some jousting. That's cool. And I can't wait to get back into this world and get back into the politics behind it all. Because it takes years before the actual Game of Thrones series that we know, but we see that there's a couple of dragons there, for sure. Whole House of the Dragons, the Targaryens, they ride them, right? They control them. The dragons respect the Targaryens. This Sunday, and we will be doing full live watch-alongs. Now, I think it comes out 9 p.m. on Sunday, so it's going to be late for me to do it. We may actually do the live watch-alongs on Mondays after the movie news show. That's the way I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And it'll give people the opportunity to, so somebody's getting fun. That would be me. I'd be like, yes, Khaleesi, I love you so much. Can I wash your shoes for you? Can I throw some rose petals on the ground? And then one day she'll say no. And then I'll get burnt just like this. That's why. Yeah. But anyway, House of the Dragon. I can't wait for it. And oddly enough, in this final trailer, you don't see a lot of Matt Smith. Is that him there? Yeah. House of the Dragon, Sunday, 9 p.m. Game of Thrones. Yeah, you don't see a lot of Matt Smith in this one, but I think most people know that he's in it. And I can't wait to get back into this world and this feeling. I totally like the trailer, guys. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. All right, let's take some live comments here. And if you want to follow me, we do the pre-show on the Instagram there. Like about 10 minutes before we go live, I get on and I talk about things. I really ragged, and I got okay, so talking about anxiety, I used the pre-show to flush out all of those negative feelings, so I didn't rant too much in the actual show today. And you can kind of see those stuff on my Instagram page there for you guys. And we do a post show on Facebook, but I don't know if there's going to be time for a post show today because, well, maybe after we do the live watch along for She-Hulk that comes out. That came out last night, but it's out today. So we'll do a full live watch along for She-Hulk later on today at 1:30 p.m. We'll see if we've got time to fit in there. I haven't had my breakfast yet either, so it's one of those days where I'm going to have to try to squeeze that in between. We may do the post show after She-Hulk. We'll have to see. All right, let's take some live comments here in the chat. Ardglass Vikings has 4 of them. Perhaps Jonah's future project will partner him up with people who can support and share their chemistry in press junkets. Well, that'd be cool too. Well, and he is friends with Leonardo DiCaprio, and they did do Don't Look Up in promotions. Good luck to him. Yeah, indeed. Ardglass also says, I got mischievousness from the trailer, but mystery? Yeah, from the Wednesday trailer. Perhaps the music alludes to mystery and things to come. Mystery. Maybe something happens to Bugsley and she tries to find out, or maybe she's going to try to find Fester. Ooh, that could be. Ardglass Viking says Australians aren't known for their tact and chivalry. They kind of say it as it is, or isn't in the case, and it's totally cultural too. I suppose so. Here in Canada, you wouldn't you wouldn't use that kind of a term for a majestic beauty that is Emilia Clarke. Ardglass Viking says Paddy Constantine in the House of Dragon. Hope he lasts beyond the first few episodes. Good actor. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to prep all my materials for that too and get ready for it, because it's gonna be the talk of the town, and we will be doing it here on the channel, because I did the final episodes, the final season for Game of Thrones, just as I was figuring things out. So hopefully House of Dragon goes fairly smoothly. I may have to look at censors, because I hear that there's lots of nudity in this. So if I'm doing a live watch along, I'll have to be very mindful of that. Or I might just not have to do it live. I'll just post my reactions. We'll have to see. Continuing on with HBO Max, because House of Dragon is going to be on HBO Max, but apparently HBO Max is going to remove 36 titles, including 20 originals. Really? Your original films? It'd be kind of weird if Netflix did that. Like, remove its original stuff like Stranger Things. Why would you do that, HBO Max? So something's going on here with the streaming service HBO Max. 36 titles. Early as this week, Variety has confirmed. Pending merge of the platform Discovery Plus. Yeah, we know that Discovery Plus is coming, but man, why? Why would you get rid of them? Because they're coming together, so you think they would be adding instead of subtracting. Now, I looked through some of these titles, and none of the titles really jumped out at me because they are original titles. My Dinner with Herb, Cartoon Network stuff. If any of these titles jump out at you and you're like, oh man, bummer, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Hey, there's going to be a live-action Pac-Man. Cool. But anyway, it's just kind of it's a weird state of affairs, because streaming services are supposed to be doing well, and all of a sudden HBO Max, there's kind of like the merger is kind of caused like this big wave, and itself it feels like it's just waiting to settle back down. HBO Max. I'll keep my eyes on this and see what's going on. Some people want to say that it's going to go under. I don't know if it will, but yeah, it's weird. All of these titles being removed, and it gives you pause. And it almost makes you want to feel like you want to start collecting physical media again in case some things get taken away on the streaming services, which bums me out. Which would bum me out, including Avatar being pulled from Disney Plus. Disney Plus removes Avatar from the platform ahead of theatrical re-release. Oh, okay. Well, we know that Avatar: The Way of Water, Avatar 2, is coming out this December. And I guess, well, Disney Plus is going to use that opportunity to re-release Avatar in the theaters so you can have a double feature for 6 hours. Oof, wearing those 3D glasses. Damn you, Cameron. Damn you for bringing us back to 3D. And I'm going to be ragging on that I'm going to be in protest of that all the way through the Avatar process. But you'll have to hopefully endure my protests. Okay, so I guess they're going to pull it because I guess they want to make people have not be able to watch it on their streaming service, even though I don't know what good it's going to do now. You'll be able to build up a little bit of taste for it, a yearning for it, so that people will go back in the theaters and watch it. It will boost the box office a little bit. I don't expect it to make 20 million or anything like that. And even if it did, it's not going to beat Avengers Endgame. Disney Plus, yeah, so that's a curious move. And are you going to go see Avatar again? Would you go see it again in the theater before Avatar 2 comes out? For me, no. I already pretty much know what's going on in it. I'll go see Avatar 2. I'm still not that excited for it. I know a lot of people out there are. Are you excited for it? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. So let's finish off this streaming little bit of vibe that we're talking about here and close the chapter on this by talking about this report that has come out on Hollywood Reporter that says streaming overtakes cable in July, leads platform rankings for the first time. So it's even overtaken cable. Ooh. Buoyed by Stranger Things and other big titles, streamers set a 5th straight high in Nielsen's monthly usage. Wow. Well, Stranger Things was big. It was big. So it's even taken over cable. And you got, and you know what? You know why too? Probably because there's no basketball on right now. There's no football on right now. It's only baseball, and we're coming down towards the end of the season for baseball in just about 5 weeks left in the season. 6 weeks, a little bit. So there's really not that much on right now. I could see that. I can see that. There's not much going on in the theaters right now either, because there's kind of a lull. Beast opens up later on today, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm not going to bore you with the numbers or anything like that, guys. Netflix was the top individual streamer with 8% of all TV usage. YouTube was next. Nice, YouTube. One thing I'll say about YouTube, though, even though that they're blocking my reaction, at least they're not striking. They could strike. And then I would protest. I would protest that one. And then I might get another strike. And then I won't be able to live stream for a couple of months, and then it would be a terrible disaster. What a debacle. But anyway, it is slightly eating away at me. But this headline, streaming services overtake cable in July. Interesting. Cool. Very good. All right, let's take some live comments. Our Glass Viking says HBO Max must be going through a quality control exercise or avoiding any clashes with the merger. That could be, but I don't understand it. And if they own both of them, they own all of the properties. There could be something up there with the licenses that they got to jump through these portals, and eventually all of these properties will be back on that platform. Who knows? The release of Avatar will bump the viewing figures and ad revenue for Avatar: The Way of Water. I think so. I think it will. Because there will be people out there that will be like, yeah, I want the nostalgia. I want to go back in the theater and watch Avatar. Arglass also says it was only a matter of time that streaming would pass cable in viewing hours. It boils down to quality and consistency though. Streaming can be hit or miss. It definitely can. It definitely can. Okay. Enola Holmes 2. Yesterday in the Twitter roundup, we saw the first poster for Enola Holmes. And let me pull that one up first. Here's the poster for Enola Holmes 2. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo. It took me a while to see Millie Bobby Brown here in the corner. Because I guess I was scanning down. I think that's the love interest. But we see Henry Cavill there, so that's cool. Back as Sherlock, because Enola is the younger daughter of Sherlock Holmes. So let's take a look at some new images. Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill return in Enola Holmes 2 images. And she's producing it too. She's fantastic. What a smart young girl. She's like 18, guys. She's got like a makeup line, starting to produce her own stuff. She's a fantastic actress. So let's take a look at some of these new images for Enola Holmes 2. Well, just a bunch of people in a ballroom, it looks like. Not too much that there. Okay, so there's Sherlock, and there's the love interest in her trying to solve a puzzle. And then she's on the run, it looks like, from some bobbies. Yeah. All right, so there is still no yet official release date for Enola Holmes 2, but it's going to come out. I thought it was slated for this year. I'm pretty sure it was. Enola Holmes 2. Coming months. Netflix will have a lot in the coming months. And I did a review for it, and it was one of those reviews where I kind of started it, I stopped it, and talked about it about 40 minutes in, and then I started it again. A very interesting style of review for Enola Holmes, the first one, because it was something that I thought I wouldn't like. But Millie Bobby Brown, I think, is going to be a fantastic actress. Like she already is, but she's going to be like, have this great career. She's going to accomplish good things, and I champion her all the way. Enola Holmes 2, guys, are you excited for it? Were you a fan of the first one? That's just going to be cool to see Henry Cavill back as Sherlock too, because that was some of my favorite parts of the first one. Just her and him acting off of each other. Cool scenes. Creed 3. Creed 3 is a completely different story and has the best fights in the Rocky franchise, Stitch Duran says. So Stitch Duran is the cut man for Creed, right? So, cool. He says, completely different story and has the best fights in the Rocky franchise. Well, all right. Let's take a look at his quote. We finished filming a month ago, and it's going to be very exciting. Michael B. Jordan did a great job. The plot of the film is completely different. It's not like Rocky. It's a completely different story with great fights. Probably the best coordinated fights I've ever seen. Cool. Best coordinated fights, eh? I like the fight at the end of Creed 2. Creed 1 was pretty good too. Okay, so they amped it up. Michael B. Jordan is directing this one, so knowing that the fight choreography in it is going to be good. Him facing off against, it was Clubber Lang's son or something like that. Oh, that's what I heard. It hasn't been fully substantiated yet, but he's going to be fighting Jonathan Majors there. Yeah, in this one. And Rocky is not going to be in this one. It's scheduled for release March 3rd, 2023, guys. Best fight scenes he's ever seen. Creed 3. So they're ramping up the marketing machine. I'm sure we're going to get a teaser or something pretty soon. If it comes out next March, maybe in a month or so, but people are talking about it. It's getting some buzz. Creed 3, I would expect something a little bit more substantial fairly soon here. Best fight scenes, Creed 3. Cool. All right, District 10. We're moving a little bit faster today, guys, because we are doing the live watch-along in about an hour. 1 hour from now, we're doing a full live watch-along for She-Hulk. Okay. Hourglass says in the live chat, I still have to watch Enola Holmes. Don't know why or how I missed it. It's definitely meant for the younger genre, like the teen, more, I would say, well, I don't want to say females only, but it's just for the younger crowd, and but it does have some interesting scenes in it. And if you like Henry Cavill, watch it for that, because his performance as Sherlock is interesting. Our Glass Vikings also says Southpaw would have to be up there with one of my favorite fight movies. Looking forward to Creed 3. Yeah. I don't think I saw Southpaw, but I liked Warrior. I think Warrior had some fantastic fight scenes. And then of course I like Best of the Best. All right. Where were we at? District 10 update. Were you a fan of District 9? District 10 gets another promising update from Sharlto Copley, who's going to be seen in The Beast movie that drops today and this weekend with Idris Elba. But Sharlto Copley and Neil Blomkamp apparently have been working on the script together. And we got an update here. See what it is. I guess Copley was talking about this while he was doing a press junket for Beast. So he says, somebody asked him about it from comicbook.com, and it says, we do. I mean, we came so close to doing it, so hopefully after his next movie, we'll do it then. So Blomkamp's been working on something, and then hopefully after that, they'll do it. Blomkamp is finished with his next movie, an adaptation of the video game Gran Turismo. Yeah, I knew that. Gran Turismo. Video game. Driving. Once he does that, maybe we'll get it District 10. He goes on to talk about the script. Yeah, man, we've been working on it. I did a draft. I sent it back to him. He's done a draft, the actor said. It's like trying to find the right story. There were some things going on with socio-politically that he felt maybe timing-wise he didn't want to go immediately. So maybe in like year and a half, we'll begin filming. He wants to have something to say. And yeah, District 9 did have some political commentary about how they treat people in the slums and such. Just so happened it was with the what did they call them? Lobsters? Crustaceans or something like that. It was, yeah, it was, I need to rewatch District 9 because it was a good movie. It was, and it had that very, the ending. It stuck with you, that ending. Very weird movie, too. Arglass says in the live chat, District 9 was such a great surprise. I was gripped from the get-go. District 10, I wasn't expecting this sequel, but I'm sure they'll do it justice after all this time. I hope so. And it sounds like the script has been gone through some rewrites over the last couple of years or so. So hopefully they refined it to a point that it's going to be just as sharp as District 10. That's what I want. I want it to be just as kind of like, oh, okay. And that'll be good for Blomkamp. If he can do that, yeah, prawns. There they said prawns. Yeah, Arglass says in the live chat. If Gran Turismo does well, I can see him going back to District 10, and if that does well, that'll put Blomkamp back on the road to hopefully success. Hopefully, I still root for him. Okay, guys, there's a few stories that are listed not here, but in the comments below, in the description. So let's talk about them. Graham Greene. I like Graham Greene. And Alice Moran to star in mystery comedy. Paige Darcy in The Case of the Stoned Cat. Well, you can't go wrong with Graham Greene. Of course, he was in Dances with Wolves, Thunderheart, and just recently he was in Wind River as the sheriff. Cool shootout scene, guys. Graham Greene. Oh, and then he was also as a cameo in that Antlers movie, which was not that good. But anyway, he was okay in it. He was only in one scene, I think. But Graham Greene. Paige Darcy in The Case of the Stoned Cat for Highball TV. So is it a TV movie then? Okay, well, whatever. Let's see. Moran plays a former precious tween sleuth. Paige Darcy, who is dragged into solving both a murder case and the mystery of how to put her life back together. Apparently it's going to be shooting in Hamilton, which is just down the road for me, about an hour away. We've been developing it for a few years now. Okay. All right. Highball TV is a Canadian production company. Well, it's Canadian, so I got a champion in it. It's got Graham Greene in it. Cool. Cool, man. What's next? Oh, that's it? Is that it for today? Okay. We'll end off with this. The She-Hulk. Tatiana Maslany is back. She's in. Apparently, the early reviews are good. So let's just make sure that I got everything pulled up here. She-Hulk Rotten Tomatoes I want to pull up. I forgot to pull that up. And let's start off this. Because we're doing a full live watch along here, guys, in just about an hour. Graham Greene has such a screen presence, deserves his own detective show. That would be cool. If he was like a detective, kind of like a Columbo, Columbo of Canada, maybe. Yeah, hey, I'd watch that. Damn straight. All right, She-Hulk. She-Hulk has debuted today on Disney Plus. Every way She-Hulk is different from Hulk in the MCU. The early buzz, well, we saw that was good from the critics. And what made me happy? Oh, it's got potential spoilers, so we're not going to watch this article too much. But I saw the running time and it was like 35 minutes and I was like, yes, 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 yes. There's just something about like an hour long. I don't know why. But just shorter is better for me. And I can't wait to watch it in an hour here, guys, with you guys. I hear good things about the performances from Tatiana Maslany. And I really hope it does well. So I'm not going to go into too much about spoilers because I don't want to get spoiled myself. I guess she'll have full control over her transformations, which is fine by me. I don't think that's too much of a spoiler because we saw that in the trailer. She does not have a Hulk alter ego. Well, apparently Hulk doesn't either anymore. Okay. She-Hulk's DNA is better than Hulk's. I don't know about that. We'll learn about that. Okay, how strong is She-Hulk? Don't really care about that. She-Hulk can break the fourth wall. Yeah, apparently she's going to talk to us. It's going to be fun to see, too. I can't wait for it. Because she talks to the camera like Deadpool does. And I'm expecting just like a fun little romp with She-Hulk, attorney at law. This article was funny. Jamil reveals not for safe work injury she suffered on the set of She-Hulk because she plays the bad guy Titania, I believe. She suffered an injury and she'll have to bleep this injury out. I was like, what? You tore a hammy? Maybe the groin? There's nothing wrong with a groin pull. It happens to the best of us. Okay, so what did she say? Oh, I did it all. I did it all, Jamil said on Tuesday. I was hurting in places that I really didn't know to exist. Like, you'll probably have to bleep this out, she continued, but I pulled a muscle in my rear end, or posterior. I didn't know that was possible. Yeah, how would that just... Yeah, I don't know how that would happen. Because I do watch sports, and I see a lot of sports injuries, a lot of pulled hammies and groins and stuff like that. It happens, but not like that. Not like that. I don't know what she's talking about, but I just thought that was kind of fun. CGI is bonkers. I got to do all my stunts pretty much myself, and that's something I've never done before because I'm the ultimate couch potato. I don't know if she's going to be in the first episode, but we'll have to see how it goes. The first episode is called something about a normal amount of rage or something like that. I'm sure it's just going to explain how she comes together. But let's take a look at what She-Hulk is doing currently on the tomato meter. 92% by the critics, 71% by the audience. See score details. What is it? What? I don't need to see that. Yeah. Benedict Wong. Tim Roth. Guys, just over an hour from now, we're going to check this out. All right. All right. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So we moved through those titles fairly well. Let me just do a quick update here to see if my Wednesday trailer has been released. Because it said it was fine yesterday, and then like in 2 minutes later, it was blocked. It's public, guys. Is it public? It's public. Cool. Well, hey, you know what? I will turn on monetization now. There's nothing wrong with it. Submit. Hey, you know what? It should be out now, guys. It's public. But I'll tell you this. Now, let me show you this Wednesday. I'll show you in the editor. It's got a bunch of blurriness over it. Or maybe you can't see it. Yeah, it's got blurriness on it. So I apologize for that, guys. I do. I really do. But it's just those are the breaks. Those are the breaks. And what's good about the YouTube stuff is that these blurs, I think I can take the blurs off. No, I guess I can't. But I do have the original copy still on my desktop. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. Okay. All right. Let's look at the Twitter roundup to see if I missed anything, if anything else has dropped. And then we'll round out the day a little bit early today so I can have my breakfast and get ready for the full live watch along of She-Hulk. And then after that, we'll do the post show on Facebook. Okay. All the latest news, reviews, and interviews. Let's take a look. Ariana DeBose to star in House of Spoils from Blumhouse, a horror movie. I would guess, maybe. The film follows an ambitious chef who opens a restaurant on an estate where she battles the powerful spirit, there you go, of the previous owner who threatens to sabotage her at every turn. A ghost that messes up your recipes. Okay. Joe Keery joins Lily James, Willem Dafoe, and Rachel Sennott in indie drama Finalmente Lalba? Finally Dawn from Oh, okay. All right. He just had a big article out something about people complaining about his hair or commenting on his hair. He's like, stop it already. People like his hair for some reason. And he's like, come on, guys, get over it already. Yes. Camila Mendez and Archie Renault star in rom-com Upgraded. Rom-com. Okay, in the UK. Our Glass puts a 10-pound live chat badge. Thank you very much. You don't have to every day, man, but hey, I'm humbled for it. Thank you. I'm not going to turn it away. Oh, I can't. But it does make me feel good. Okay, so what's going on here? Zane Phillips from Behind the Blinds. Okay, dude. First, a look at, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Is this really our first look? Because we've seen these three pose for production photos, and that's what this looks like, is a production photo. Doesn't look like an actual shot from the series. New look at House of Dragon. Yeah, we know that that's coming out this week. Take a look at that. First look at Enola Holmes. We got that. French poster for Don't Worry, Darling. Daisy Edgar Jones. Okay. House of Dragon. Kenneth Branagh stars as Boris Johnson. Yeah, I saw that there was a teaser, and I think this is mostly going to be in the UK, right? I don't think it's going to be a wide release, but he does Like the makeup that I saw of Kenneth Branagh as Boris Johnson, like profile, maybe not, but I'm concerned about the lack of trans. Yeah. Why are you not showing his face? It's showing. Okay, there we go. Because it's obviously makeup that he's in, right? Yeah, there we go. Finally, a good look at him. He sort of looks like him. And Kenneth Branagh is always good. This was a celebratory chat. Oh, thanks. Oh, because our Wednesday trailer, which I shot like 5 minutes after it got released, and if it was able to be seen, it would have been first to market. Okay. Yeah, new look at Kenneth Branagh as Boris Johnson. This is England. Oh, it's a series, not a movie. September 21st. Do we really need to know about him though? Like the scandal and controversies and stuff. It still feels a little too fresh. New character posters, Olivia Wilde. Okay. I don't need to look at those. Oh, yeah, Hellraiser. I forgot about this. I need to put this on my horror weekly roundup. Apparently, the Hellraiser reboot has got its official rating. Of course, it's going to be rated R. I mean, come on, Pinhead, the Cenobites. The gruesomeness of it. Yeah. Bloody horror, violence, gore, language, some sexual content, and brief graphic nudity. Hellraiser. So it's getting a little bit close, and that's one that I'm really excited for. I can't wait to see the new Pinhead, because it's a female playing it. Because apparently in the original book from Clive Barker, the short story, the Cenobites were described as androgynous. Like it wasn't meant to be a dude. It was kind of like, is it a dude or isn't it? I can't tell what they are. All I know is that they look creepy and scary, and they are into cutting themselves, and ooh. Can't wait for it. Rated R. Okay. Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I don't know what that is. And what is it with the younger crowd having to do this? I hate this. I hate it. Andrew Garfield in Bali. Okay. Lily James and Willem Dafoe star. Okay, yeah, we know that. Dane DeLiegro, who plays the Predator, also played one of the aliens in a music video. The trailer for Speak No Evil has been released. Okay, so we'll be looking at that on Shudder. Speak No Evil, we'll be looking at that on the Horror Weekly Roundup. And I think that's pretty much it today, guys. I don't want to linger on here because I want to give myself at least 30 minutes to have some chow. And then at 1:30, I want to be on point to watch She-Hulk with you guys. So we got some Yellow Jackets casting. Okay. Some weirdness there. I don't know what's going on with that. Robert Downey Jr. is a Mexican man. Yeah. Jamie Campbell Bower would make a great Pinhead, but yeah, I can see a woman taking over the role. Or maybe, okay, maybe I got that wrong. Maybe I do got it wrong. Because Jimmy Clean, because there's also supposed to be a Hellraiser series. No, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Pretty sure. All right, guys. We'll figure it out on the Horror Weekly Roundup, the Hellraiser news. All right, that's the show for today. I know it's a little bit early, but I'm going to have some breakfast, and then in about 40 minutes, we'll watch She-Hulk. See you guys there, and check out the Wednesday trailer now that it's up. See you tomorrow for more horror movie news, or not horror movie news, horror movie news. There you go. See you there.